Greetings and salutations, exiles. This video is kind of where I get into the systems or kind of explanation or thought process about the Godbreaker armor. And so here, what I've done is I've summoned a bunch of thralls. I'm in single player admin mode, and I'm trying to figure out the die system with the Godbreaker armor because the Godbreaker armor is a little unique in the way that it's created, and you can tell that some of the meshes are the color palette is different than the other armor sets. Like the Silent Legion is significantly different the way that it takes armor color patterns in than in the Godbreaker. And for whatever reason, there seems to be some kind of dark filter on the Godbreaker. So because I don't like this like navy blue look. So I went through and I've been trying to kind of find an alternative to this navy blue look to where it looks, it still looks really good. It's just easier to see in the dark. And like if you're in those dungeons that are all blacked out, sometimes it helps if your thrall isn't all dark as well. So I went through and I put up a bunch of signs and I went through up a bunch of color patterns, trying to make it look more natural. And I always like the idea of, copper, tin, stainless steel, like those metals that exist in real life that like copper armor or copper plating. It just looks amazing, especially when it has the fringe of it or around the rivets, how it's got the tarnish or the when it starts to age, it gets that green color, erosion around the edge of the rivets and stuff. So that's what I was, I like that kind of look. And so I went through and I've just kind of playing with color swatches. And what I noticed though is this. I know I'm saying this again, but for whatever reason, there's some kind of filter. So like this is dark yellow, and light tan. And so the center of this, like the center of his chest piece, you look at my little dot in the center of the screen. This part right here, the block plating on his leg is yellow, but you can see how it almost looks like a dark brown or it's like washed out. And then right here, this is dark yellow, but yet it almost looks like bronze. Like it's just definitely not dark yellow. And if I were to pull up another armor set, you would dramatically be able to tell. So my goal here is to get it to where it looks good with that filter. So what I'm limited to is in your die set, I use the light variant of all the dies to try to get it to pop. So like this one, I like this one a lot. This is light gray and white, and so white is the kind of the undermeshing, the fabric that's underneath, or the stitched leather. And I did use light tan for the belt, and this is light gray, and you can see like this is definitely almost a dark gray appearance. But if I used dark gray, it would wash out all the rivets. Like you wouldn't be able to tell any detail on the 3D meshing on this guy. So I'm trying to get it to where you can see, some of the detail and then the features. So like when on the dented armor, you kind of see like a little where it's scratched up, and so and kind of scratched around the rivets. So that's light gray, and I kind of like this one the best. This is like definitely 1 or 2 for me. This is white, and the interesting about white and orange is you see how orange came out like a dark brown. And the white almost looks like it's gold. Isn't that crazy? Like I was trying to make an armor set because if you're the Godbreaker, gold is so synonymous with divinity. You can see here where it looks like, it almost looks like polished gold because of whatever filter they have on that armor set. So this is a good one too. I think this is number 1, and not that I'm a big fan of white, but for my intent that I was looking for with the gold look and the orange. So this is white and orange. This is light gray and white. These 2 are probably the best. This one is light yellow and dark green, and you can see the dark green. Like you just almost lose all of its contrast. You can see where it almost looks black. And then light yellow, I think light yellow is probably the closest to you get to bronze, like a bronze appearance. I do like this bronzy look, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to get it to where it's not so washed out, because all of this down here, all of his pants look washed out. The belt, I would have to maybe I would have to go with a light tan. Yeah, I might be able to pull this off either with a white or a light tan, and get some of this to where it's just not everything so washed out. But I do like this bronze look. But this is white yellow. I'm sorry, yeah, light yellow, white yellow, light yellow, and dark green. I might go back and revisit this. Let's just do that real quick while we're doing this. So then maybe you'll learn something about the dye system while I'm here. So one of the systems, if I just dye it on the thrall, the issue is it won't change the appearance. So we said that this was more dye, and so you can see here when you select on the different colors, it highlights the color that it last was. So this was this was dark gray. So let's see if I go light gray. Let's try light tan. White. Let's go light tan. Light tan. I think that's the better look. And then right here, let's go. Okay. And so this is funny is this color is this light yellow? Yeah, light yellow. This color is light yellow, but it has a tan swatch. So that same thing with right here, light yellow, but it has a tan swatch. So let's save this and then drop this back on here and see how that does look a little better. Like you can see the stitching in the you can see the stitching in the arm. Okay, let's do the rest of them. So I don't need to change the helmet. The helmet's only got one color. Wait, that's the wrong. I do need to change this dye. So we got, let's go light tan. Light tan. Okay. And then this and this are light save, right? So drop, that's me. And then let's get this back on here so we can go. Anyways, this kind of helps shape your idea. So that's a little bit better, but for some reason it just looks super washed out. Let's just try one thing and then we'll move on. But let's just go white because it's so washed out. Save and then put it back on here. To be honest, I think that looks the best just because it kind of pulls the contrast back in. And let's go right here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I dye it while it's on him, right? So if I dye it while it's on him, save. It won't physically change. You see it doesn't change there. So I have to drag in my inventory and then I have to drag it back. And you can see where like right there it changed. So so this is light yellow and now it's going to be white, right? And so let's do this. Save. Okay. And as always, like we talked about this is white. So anyways, this video kind of gets into the technical aspect, and as always, oh, see, there's the default color. Oh, can't cancel. I don't know what's going on here. Where did you go? Why did you change? There we go. Yeah, it's tough. It is. It's tough. Like you get away with it when it's white. It seems, because it's such a like this definitely isn't white. If I drop a champion, there's a giant difference between the shades of white. So, anyways, as always, like and subscribe. Leave feedback. If you guys come up with a color swatch that you like on the GodBreaker armor, because it's definitely different than the Silent Legion. I've come up with some really nice bronzy look color swatches for the Silent Legion that are like, oh man, this looks really nice. The way that it separates and filters out the layers, but there's something about the way that this armor set is designed. You can tell that it's not of the quality of not the 3D meshing, but somehow, some way the color applications are implemented are the shading. Is you can tell that a different artist developed this armor set from the artist that developed the Silent Legion armor set. You can definitely tell. And I'm not saying this by no means. This is, I really like this set. And another reason why how I went down this rabbit hole is because these gas masks they also have an armor value. They have an armor value of 172, but they're also gas mask. And so instead of having all my thralls with just having gas mask with no armor value, now I can have them all in Silent Legion or Godbreaker or whatever I want. I usually kind of roll between Silent Legion, the Champion set, and Godbreaker. Just because, like, if my thralls got cold armor, I'll run the heat armor, and then when I teleport the heat, I'll swap the armor. But I like to keep these gas masks on them so they keep their armor value up. So I was trying to match. The reason why I went down this rabbit hole is I was trying to match these helmets to the existing armor set. So I was trying to match this helmet to the Champion armor set, and you can tell there's a big difference. It's nowhere close to the same. There's that hue difference. I would like them to go in there and kind of polish that up. Go back in there and match the hue, because there's some kind of filter in that mesh that makes that armor dark. And when you think of Godbreaker, you think of, deity. But let me know which one you like the best. As always, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.